Hello world YouTube, ThinkTwice right here with another video, and welcome back to my channel, and greetings to all game developers and build boxes out there. And okay, so the topic today, we're looking at hyper casual games, and we're talking about how we can market hyper casual games and monetize games. And basically the main thing about this channel is game development and awesome things that you can get to do when you're a game developer. Okay, so what's hyper casual game? An hyper casual game is a simple, lightweight game and with easy mechanics and not that sophisticated when it comes to re-engineering. Um, at my point here, it says that a hyper casual games are lightweight games, and with the simple mechanics, they offer instant gameplay, and it's just a tap and play. Like you get to go. I mean, like if you can see any games on my screen right now, you can see that's like what's an example of a hyper casual game right now that I have. And other there are basically a lot of hyper casual games that you didn't realize that it's called a hyper casual game. Basically, like most of the things that we know are like arcade games, racing games, yeah, but hyper casual games, that's not a common word to say, yeah. But if you're a game developer, you should get used to this word and it will get handful with you. And there are basically a lot of hyper casual games out there created by Bluebox and other games developers out there. Hyper casual games are not just instant play games, they're infinitely played, and they are quite addictive games, and they're very nice to play. And as a game developer, you need to be a person who designs games at a good pace, and you need to look at the addictive way and the tap and play of the game. You have to be conscious when it comes to monetizing a game like an hyper casual game. It's not that easy because people don't enjoy ads a lot, so you should be able to know how to display your adverts into your games. Examples of great games that have got awesome ads, you can look at Clash of Clans. Even though like I wouldn't count it into what I can play like a hyper casual game, but it's a game that has an advert way that they advertise well. As you can see, there's one game on my screen right now that I recommend you guys to download and just get inspired right now. And if you like it, just download it right now, and that will support me a lot and the developer who made the game. When you come to monetizing games on the Google Play, the App Store, Amazon Store, whatever store you are on, you need to be conscious and um, design it. Like you need your design needs to make sense. If your design is not making sense as a game developer, people won't like your game. Your game will literally be trash. People will insult your game. Make your game fun and challenging, like phases. If you even play phases, you can download phases. And the other ways I would say about hyper casual games, that hyper casual games are not just instant and tap and play. Like you get it, like you just using your phone, like I'm tap and play, tap and play, tap and play, tap and play, and you're like boom, like oh, I've made a hyper casual game. No, 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 no. You haven't yet made a game yet, because you need to have yourself enjoying that game. If you're not enjoying your game, then you haven't made your game yet. And engage yourself in forums. If you engage yourself in game forums, you get to see other people's works and get inspired, but don't copy. Like Trey Smith said, reverse engineer. That's the word. You don't copy. Yes. So reverse engineer your game, and if you love it, you get to be downloaded. You get 1 million downloads, and your game is success. And other stuff I'll talk about is let's look at more stuff that we can understand. What other stuff can we look at? Okay, so like I have simple point from provided by ionsource.com, and this is what they talked about in hyper casual games and what you need to know and what they do. Okay, literally it says here that what you need to know about hyper casual games, that their name suggests as hyper casual games and lightweight games because they're easily played and they have got simple mechanics and they just tap and play. Because of their fundamentals and simplicity, hyper casual games are not only instant playable but infinitely replayed. You easily like I said, they are addictive. An example of an addictive game, I'm very like I said, my favorite addictive game is Pete because I love playing Pete. It's really addictive games. It's a really addictive game. Okay, so like if you look at the combination of simple mechanics and with minimalistic with the UI provided, they're very accessible and they are incredible, engaging and with a great experience. That's how your game should be. So as a game creator or as a game developer, your game should be incredible and easily accessed and shouldn't take long to load. People don't like games that take long to load because people are like, gosh, this game is taking forever. So like, make sure your game isn't taking that much. So make sure your game has creative ideas. Like, um, second ways and other ways we can look at the what they where they come from. So where did these games come from? Where did they really come from? Hyper casual games. Okay, hyper casual games. Okay, where did hyper casual games come from? And what are they? Absolutely, they are not exactly new. Hyper casual games have been there, especially in the sense that they are in some ways reviewed of the 70s arcades, and however, they only recently grew into the sensation of they like today is grabbing 10 out of top 15 sports of the top downloaded charts. And over these years, you've seen hyper casual games are the ones that have been trending on the App Store and the Play Store. And even on console, we were hyper casual games on console. If you didn't know that, yeah. So I'll make a video review of best games on the best hyper casual games that I've recently experienced and the ones that I enjoy. And I'll recommend some games that you need to download and get inspired that you can really reverse engineer. Okay, so Iron Source says here that they said that games that are easy to open and segments to play are said they are they're really fun, and their founders are Rovio and management of something I can't really pronounce that name exactly. Yeah, but that's what you need to understand. And looking at the scale across game genres, although hyper casual games are dominating the download charts and games like on Legendary, you've seen Legendary. Legendary is like really hitting it, yeah, really hitting it, and Voodoo games are really hitting it too. And other stuff that you can see is Flip the Gun. Flip the Gun is also huge. You can look at Bruce Lee by Viewbox. You can look at Angry Birds. You can look at other games you can see on the screen right now because I can really mention all the games absolutely because it will take me all day mentioning them because there are really a lot of nice hyper casual games out there. And okay, so now let's move on to the next topic because we need to know how we monetize these games because we've known that hyper casual games are not really new but they are old. Okay, so how do you really monetize your game if you've made your game? So how to monetize your hyper casual game? For my sake, like my own view to how you monetize your game and how I monetize my own games on the Play Store and the App Store. You need to know how to be the user. Be the user. Don't just put ads anyhow, popping. Yeah, like make rewards. If you want, like if you see like someone makes a game, you make a reward out of it, like that. You get what I mean? Yeah. Looking at most other type of stuff like hyper casual games are really picking up with the adverts and really profiting the game industry. And more other stuff that you can see is that when you're monetizing your game, you should be able to know how you reward your user and your game and your gamer playing your game. So, and all the people that really enjoy your game, they should be able to have fun with the ads. Don't really make the ads really annoying because people really hate ads. I really hate adverts. Yeah, but they're profiting. I get it. Yeah. Um, you can look at banners and other interesting other stuff. Like even developers have optimized their rewarded video strategy. They may still see the more than half of their users don't engage with the ads unit, and even a few make purchases and virtual strategies. But this makes other people still click on the banners and ads. But hyper casual games developers they're developers best friend and all stuff. You can see hyper casual games are the developers best friend. I would say that because when designing games, when I'm designing games, I really enjoy my games when designing them. I don't just make games to annoy people. I make games that everyone's gonna enjoy. That's how you give them. And your ad revenue and of your measurement of data when you're making up your game, you should be able to analyze the analytics of how many people are playing and what region are coming from. If you've seen the other video of Trey Smith talking about how monetizing and what publishers to use when you make your game, he's talked about how you work with data. So I also reference my information from that video, and you can go also look at it. The link of the video description will be in the link below. So I'll put in the description below there. Also, you're gonna find it. Okay. Um, okay. Just the few tips that you need to know about hyper casual games and what you can learn from the top and the best hyper casual games in the market. So what you should do next is test the marketability and quickly and early before wasting resources on your game without market. Make sure you look at the market. Don't just publish a game or make a game. Look at the market. That's not a point. Even though you love such big games that you're interested in a game for your mind, before you make that game, release it out. Look at the market and see how you can take your game. Second point is bid competitively. Don't just be competitive. Make your game really awesome so that it has competition like that. Then the last point is double down on creativity as the key part of your users acquisition strategy. Is okay. What this point is just trying to say here is that you should be able to know how people will experience your game, how will be the reaction to it, so you can add some magic to your game and see what other stuff you can put inside your game. Then the other stuff is the other future of the hyper casual market is that as we kick off the points out, hyper casual games and ad monetization are providing to go hand in hand, and these are changing the landscape of the monetization genre. And with so beginning of other deeper futures, hyper casual games are really gonna hit the market. And if you want to start making hyper casual games, I recommend that. And this is all I want to talk about today. And go out there on your Viewbox engine, make awesome games with Viewbox, and you see other stuff. And you can download Viewbox 3D. Viewbox 3D is out there free for download, and you can get other. I'll next my next video. I'll talk about markets you can get templates for your for like great assets that you need for your game. I'll talk about a countdown for the best assets stores that you need to go and really watch. Thank you for watching. This was Think Twice right here, and can't wait to see you in the next video. And don't forget to punch the subscribe button and put the likes up there, and leave your comments for what videos you want me to talk about and what game review do you want me to talk about under hyper casual games. See you guys.